It's a great day for college hockey. Today from the Alpha Ice Complex in Harmer Township, Pennsylvania, it's the 2025 College Hockey East Men's Division III Championship game between the defending playoff champion, number 24, St. Vincent Polar Bearcats, and the second-seeded California, Pennsylvania Vulcans. Hello, good afternoon, and welcome. Matt Popchock on board with you for continuing coverage of playoff weekend here in ACHA on TenbandTV, presented by our friends at Fibrenew. Two championship games taking place concurrently. The men's D3 and the women's D2 next door. Here you've got two teams that split the regular season series, each game decided by a single goal. The Vulcans won a wild one 7-6 early in the season. St. Vincent beat the Vulcans in their own barn in a 1-0 contest in the season finale to lock up the number 1 seed and leave the Vulcans in the number 2 spot. Both teams received first-round byes. Both teams won their semifinal contest yesterday. Tyler Shigo, the Bearcats' leading scorer, takes the opening faceoff, which is controlled by Mike Vasco, the Cal captain, and leading scorer among defensemen in CHE this season with 41 points. From the corner, it's Lucido. Bumped out of the play by Shigo. Bearcats from behind their own net. They bring it near side to Chase Kushner. Kushner, the former Greensburg-Salem Golden Lion, plays that puck deep into Cal territory. Anthony Rendulic from inside his own line sees this puck played back deep into the corner. Elliott Belly defensively for St. Vincent. Jake Holtzman, Bearcats captain, up to center. He's greeted at the middle circle by Tanner Colmanier, who skated hard in yesterday's semifinal game. Cal suffering from first-round bye hangover early in that contest, perhaps, and just barely survived an upset bid by Pitt Johnstown thanks to a late goal by defenseman Jonathan Zamborowski, who only had 2 goals this season prior to that G-dub. Cal hung on for the 4-3 victory. St. Vincent, meanwhile, holding serve in the semifinal game against a tired RMU squad by a 6-2 final score. The Colonials had required to go triple overtime to beat Kent State the night before in quarterfinal play. Alborg, the former Bethel Park Blackhawk, playing that puck inside his own zone. Near side, Evan Sarakowski, brother of starting goaltender Adam, plays this puck deep into St. Vincent ice. Luca Rosado, contacted behind his own net. To the near corner it comes. Vulcans trying to get the forecheck going, 2 minutes into a scoreless first. St. Vincent icing this puck. Kuntz, the linesman, puts up the hand, and we get a face-off in St. Vincent territory and a chance to meet starting goaltender Vinny Amatucci, statistically the strongest goaltender perhaps in St. Vincent program history. 15 wins this season, 229 goals against average, 927 save percentage, and a league-leading 6 shutouts, including the whitewashing of Cal in the aforementioned regular season finale. And Amatucci makes that save from point blank on Chase Evans, who set up the game-winning goal for Cal in the third period yesterday. Amatucci never froze that puck, but he got the generous whistle. Vulcans win the face-off. Vasco from left point to the circle. It's fired high off the glass by Lucido. Colin Nabel goes in the corner after this puck, which is controlled defensively by Rendulic. Evans has it at center for The Vulcans dumps it in on Amatucci. Cal changing behind the play. Alex Shaw, the former Armstrong Riverhawk, gets that up to center. Shaw went off for St. Vincent in last year's tournament. St. Vincent in 2024 winning their first outright championship in program history, as this is smacked high over the head of Adam Sarakowski, the Cal netminder. St. Vincent was declared playoff co-champion once prior in 1977. Last year also, the Polar Bearcats winning the regular season title and the Kalena Cup that comes with it in CHE for the first time since 2005. And this year, as the Vulcans are guilty of icing, St. Vincent, thanks to that last day win over Cal, able to repeat as Kalena Cup regular season champions. The winner of today's game gets the Kuzniewski Championship belt, named after former Commissioner Chuck Kuzniewski, as Sarakowski covers. The belt, in homage to Kuzniewski's longtime involvement with studio wrestling locally. St. Vincent, the number 24 team in the nation, coming in, and if they should prevail today, the odds are they would get selected to the ACHA Men's D3 National Tournament, as they were a year ago. St. Vincent last year winning only one of their 3 games in pool play, their last one, in fact, against Colby College before their season came to an end. That save made from a bad angle by Sarakowski, and that shot is blocked. Zambrowski, yesterday's hero, taking one for the team from the side of the net. The net comes off its moorings as Zach Radilla was trying to feather it in through the short side. So we're going to face off in Vulcan ice. Radilla, 25 points in 24 games during the regular campaign. St. Vincent had a goal differential of plus 54 this season, which ranked number 2 in the 10-team CHE circuit. Shot from distance, good eye there by Sarakowski to deny Shigo. Shigo calling for the puck again. Turns it to his forehand. Goes to Louis Amatucci. Amatucci fires into the protective netting out of play. And this faceoff actually is going to stay inside Cal ice. They say Amatucci's shot hit one of the Vulcans on its way out. St. Vincent earns possession of that puck in the corner, but Cal works it back to center, and space now for Aalborg. Aalborg over the attacking line. Aalborg out of play. The Vulcans, the most dynastic program in CHE men's D3 history. 14 Kuzniewski Championship belt victories the whole time. Today going for their second in a 3-year span under 13th year head coach Jason Greenway. Greenway picked up his 100th career win behind the Cal bench last season. Brett Martz coaching the Polar Bearcats for the 12th consecutive year. He picked up career win number 100 earlier this season. Two teams very similar in a lot of ways, going right up to the tippy top. An appropriate championship matchup today. It's played in on Amatucci, and he covers before Forsucci can get to it. Forsucci had a goal for the Vulcans in yesterday's semifinal victory. Played last year with the RMU Division III team that was a playoff participant this season, transferred into the Cal program for the 24-25 campaign. Forsucci, 18 points in 23 regular season games. That's propelled wide of goal by Evans. Lucido to the corner. Dom Constantino defensively, connecting with Belly. The pairing out here for Brett Martz. And we get a whistle and a stoppage here. Just over 5 minutes into the first period. No score in our CHE Men's Division III Championship game. Next door, we have the CHE Women's Division II playoff title. And that title tilt is between Mercyhurst, last year's playoff champion, and the two-time regular season winners, the Niagara Purple Eagles. And by the way, we owe a belated congratulations to Mercyhurst captain Ellie Shao, who is now the all-time leading scorer in Mercyhurst women's D2 history after her playoff hat trick last night. Vasco with some fancy footwork and stick work, wanting his way into the attacking zone. Centers for Evans, who gets blasted by Holtzman. Cal fans want a penalty as Evans is slow to get up. None forthcoming. Lead pass intended for Ian Tiernan, the former Bishop Canevin Crusader, but the Vulcans are offside. Face-off just outside the St. Vincent line, controlled by the Bearcats. Kushner back to center. Kushner set up the winning goal by Ty Shigo with under 7 minutes to go in regulation of the season finale between these clubs. Shigo with 5 game winners in the regular season for St. Vincent to lead the club in that category. And he's on here to take this face-off against Culmineer. And Shigo wins it to the corner for St. Vincent. Outlet pass too heavy for Kushner. Played off the boards by Evan Sarakowski. The two number 23s with a coup d'etat near side. Tiernan and Shigo. Comes up to the point for Rosado. Cross ice, the shot is snapped toward goal. Save made, rebound. Played erroneously by Shigo right to one of the Vulcans. And St. Vincent has to reset at center ice. Adam Sarakowski settles that puck down. Turned over at the blue line to Kushner. Evan Sarakowski and Zambrowski, the defensive pairing out here for Jason Greenway, with 7 minutes gone by in a scoreless game. Shaw toward goal from 30-plus feet, and that is held by Adam Sarakowski, who won 13 regular season games as the Vulcans netminder, 13-4-1, his regular season record to be exact. In almost 1,100 minutes played, a .916 save percentage and 3.04 goals against average. Through a crowd. Oh, Sarakowski barely finds that one. It's still loose. And Avery Ball, the former Cathedral Prep Rambler, made a heady play to slide that puck underneath Sarakowski's equipment to draw the faceoff. Sarakowski had no idea where that puck was. Rendulic that close to getting the opener for SVC. Cal controls the defensive zone draw, and they try to Murphy dump this puck back to the neutral zone. The Bearcats try to get their transition game going quickly, but they ice the puck with shots on goal even at 4 apiece. Now, both these teams can score, but both these teams have also defended exceptionally well, especially of late. Cal, just 5 goals allowed in their last 3 games. St. Vincent on a 9-game win streak that includes 3 shutouts in that span. Again, Amatucci finished the regular season with 6. Played in behind the Bearcats' goal. Rendulic up the near boards to Radilla. Radilla up ahead, intended for Manolakos, the former Latrobe Ice Cat. It goes out of play into the Cal U fan section. Vulcan spectators sitting on the away side of the USA rink, so to speak, for today's contest. Again, St. Vincent, the 2-time regular season champion. They are the designated home team, if you will. Cal, the regular season runner-up, the designated away team. That's at a play off Culmineer. California, PA with 10 regular season championships all time, the most of any active CHE program, but have not won one since 2018. Vasco from 100 feet. That's settled down by Amatucci. And that'll count as a shot on goal for the Cal captain. Karpushka gets it deep. His power play goal got the Vulcans on the board after Pitt Johnstown took an early lead in yesterday's semifinal game. Up to center it comes for Aalborg. Aalborg 1 against 3. He's taken down. Nothing called, and the puck comes free to Kushner. Kushner chased by Ethan Coley, another former Bethel Park Blackhawk. Vasco takes over for Cal PA. Batted out of the air at center ice by Shigo. Forsucci fighting for possession. Here come the Bearcats. Chance now for Amatucci. Louis Amatucci knocked down in front of the net. Penalty coming up on the Vulcans. With 10:53 to go in period 1, St. Vincent gets the first penny power play of Championship Sunday. Penny is Pennsylvania's official healthcare marketplace. Visit Penny, PENNIE.com today to see if you qualify for enrollment. Follow them on social media at Penny PA. St. Vincent, the #1 power play in CHE during the regular season, 28.6%. Cal #1 in the penalty kill at 89.4%. And they're a team that loves to press shorthanded. They're not shy about doing it. Bearcats control. Near side it comes to Belly. Belly in front. Sarakowski scrambling to find that puck. The Vulcans play it up to center. Lucido gets dumped by Belly. St. Vincent reorganizes the power play. Shigo over the attacking line. Centering pass intended for Motillo is broken up by Chase Evans. Zambrowski to the near corner. Ball trying to get it up the boards. He does, but not out. Holding the indication against L.J. Crouch, the guilty party for Cal, former Ringgold Ram, but the Vulcans off to a good start of the PK. Midway through the minor. Played off a skate out in front. Evans' shot is blocked. What do we tell you? They love to press shorthanded, and Belly had to make a big play there to help out his goaltender. Midway through a scoreless first period. Shigo over the line. Has a trailer in Horton. Caden Horton watches his puck clear the length of the ice. And that's cut out at center by Colmanier. Colmanier shorthanded off a stick, that of Louis Amatucci, and it goes beyond the reach of Vince Amatucci as I untie my tongue, the St. Vincent goalie. .20 seconds left. One last rush for this St. Vincent power play, which hasn't had much to write home about. And a lot of that is a credit to the Cal penalty killing. They allowed one power play goal to UPJ yesterday, but shut them down for the rest of the contest. And that'll do it for this one. Crouch is set free, and we're back to 5-a-side with under 9 minutes left. And we remain scoreless here in the opening frame. Radilla across the line, blasts it in off the glass. Louis Amatucci unable to keep it inside the zone, icing on Cal PA. Bearcats play this puck from the corner. Radilla trying to go out in front. Mike Radilla unable to find anybody to connect with. This puck is floated inside the zone by Evan Sarakowski. Vulcans have it. Sarakowski wide of goal. Lucido on the half wall, trying to force the issue for Cal. It does come free, but it's played out to center by Costantino. Vasco over the attacking line for Cal. Vasco, one against the world. Vasco, poke checked at the last moment. Good stick there by Belly. Nebel, meanwhile, with the dump in. Both teams changing on the fly. Avery ball defensively up to center for Lucido. Lucido off the boards. Shaw off a body. And they say it hit the rafter near the scorer's table, so we get a stoppage in action with under 7.5 left in the first. Outlet pass now to Shigo. Shigo sends it around the Cal cage. Adam Sarakowski connecting with Karpushka. Karpushka met in the corner by Shaw. Shaw out in front. Snapshot right into Sarakowski by Kushner, and Sarakowski hangs on. Clean face-off win by the Bearcats, covered again by Sarakowski. Motil, Zach Motil, this time forcing the offensive zone face-off for St. Vincent. Bearcats try to play it out in front. From behind the net, Zach Radilla trying to pinball it off Sarakowski, no such luck. Into the rafters one more time, and this faceoff will stay in Cal PA territory. Off the draw, it's played wide of goal by Horton. Horton taking down one of the Vulcans. Penalty coming up on the former Hempfield Spartan. Last week we saw Nick Bruno playing for West Virginia in the CHMA playoffs in Cannonsburg, and Bruno was at one time a PIHL scoring champion for Hempfield, and Horton was his second banana at the time. Horton, in the meantime, going to feel shame for 2 minutes and then get free. And so Cal gets their first penny power play of the afternoon, trying to break the ice here on Championship Sunday. Through a crowd, shoulder save made by Amatucci, and it's gloved down legally by Rendulic and sent the length of the rink. Vasco surveying the play. Vulcans on the penny power play. Sends it around the boards. Anticipating is Lucido. Lucido through a crowd and covered quickly by Amatucci. Amatucci, 37 career wins entering Championship Sunday. The most of any St. Vincent College netminder in the recorded history of the program. That save made by Amatucci from distance and cleared back to center by brother Louis. Midway through the man advantage, playing this puck again is Vasco. Near side, Zamborowski. Zamborowski Pressured by Menelakos. Menelakos takes it over, and a lead pass now to Zach Radilla. Radilla with a shorthanded breakaway. Radilla denied by Sarakowski and couldn't feather in the rebound. Well, if Radilla can play that puck cleanly, it's 1-0 St. Vincent. Quick counter by the Vulcans, and that's shot wide off the backhand of Nabel. 35 to go in the power play, and it's cleared by Radilla, who's still mad at himself for missing that second chance opportunity. Final 5 of the opening period. Still no score. Both teams with some good pressure shorthanded. Cal with a 13.2% power play that actually ranked last, but they had the most power play goals during the regular season as Amatucci makes a nifty glove save at the top of the crease and teams push and shove. Final seconds of the power play, and that should just about do it. So both teams 1 for 1 in the PK, and we remain scoreless here in Harmer Township. Tiernan out in front. Amatucci gets a piece of that. It's still loose. Vulcans tee it up. The turnaround shot is blocked. LJ Crouch to the corner for the diminutive Tiernan. Jake Holtzman, the St. Vincent captain, trying to clear it. He can't. Amatucci will finally restore sanity. Vulcans out shooting St. Vincent 12-8 in the early going, but nothing across for either side with 4:07 left in the first. No icing, this USA Hockey crew says. It's picked up by Shaw. Shaw out in front. Kushner, score! Chase Kushner beats Sarakowski with 3:52 left in the first to give the Bearcats a 1-0 lead, and Sophie needs a snack. St. Vincent getting their title defense off to an optimal start. Kushner, the former Greensburg-Salem standout, 14 points in just 10 regular season games. He's been an impact player for the Bearcats early on as a collegian, and he gets the first goal of Championship Sunday. Louis Amatucci, guarded closely by Zambrowski. Costantino to the corner for Holtzman. Holtzman behind the net. Reaching forward is Motil, Zach Motil from the corner. And going down at center is Aalborg, trying to advance that puck. St. Vincent 1, Cal PA nothing. With time ticking away in the first, here's Aalborg outletting for Forsucci. And we have a scrap breaking out behind the play in front of the Cal bench. And we're going to get penalties here. A roughing call. And it's going to go against Evan Sarakowski. Chase Evans stalking this USA Hockey crew. He is visibly upset for Cal PA with the Bearcats about to go on their second penny power play of this first period, leading 1-0. Bearcats win the faceoff. They move it cross ice. Good play there by Vasco to anticipate that cross-ice maneuver, and he fires wide on the penalty kill. Vasco, shorthanded, goes down, trying to buy a call himself there, but we play on. Kushner over the attacking line. Chase Kushner, the only goal scorer to date, gets shoulder checked up high by Chase Evans, and the Vulcans get the clear. Vasco going to take his time on the penalty kill here. Evans directing Vasco to dump it inside St. Vincent ice. And coming over the line of the Bearcats, that's fired wide by Belly. Manolakos to the point for Shigo. Shigo missing the net. Zamborowski gets the clear for Cal. Belly over the attacking line, draws the double team, and takes the check from Dax Kress. Play to the point for Rendulic. Rendulic out in front. Slap shot saved there by Adam Sarakowski on Manolakos, and he gives a whack at the end of the play to Amatucci with half a minute left in the Bearcats power play. Face-off won by St. Vincent. Rendulic behind the net. Manolakos to the corner. Radilla up top. Rendulic on goal. That save is made. The rebound just wide. Vasco lost his stick trying to play it with a hand, and Vasco's hurt. Vasco getting up slowly, the Cal captain, as this penalty expires. Evan Sarakowski quickly repairing to his bench. And the Vulcans are 2 for 2 on the PK. Final minute of period 1. Holtzman from his knees playing that puck out of his own corner. Good pressure here by Cooley. Cooley's pass out in front, cut off by Holtzman. Costantino through center. Zach Radilla toward goal. That hit something on its way in on Sarakowski. 20 seconds left. Costantino dumps it into Cal territory. Belly near side. Up to center. Under 10 to go. Turnaround play by Shigo to clear the area. 3 seconds left, and that'll be that. One more save before the buzzer at the far post by Adam Sarakowski, and so it's time to cut the ice here at the USA rink, part of the Alpha Ice Complex in Harmer Township, PA. St. Vincent College Bearcats 1, Cal PA Vulcans 0 on Chase Kushner's first period goal, the only goal of period 1. I'm Matt Popchock, and you're watching CHE Men's D3 Championship Sunday on TenbandTV, presented by Fiber New.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's health insurance marketplace. How can I help you?
I need help paying my health insurance premiums.
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest costs on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out? Does it just end up in a landfill? It doesn't have to. Fiber New specializes in the restoration of leather, plastic, and vinyl. To get an estimate, connect with us today.
Gonna get out, pretty baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair.
Cross ice, and it comes back to Lucas Blows. Hey, rookie, welcome to the show, the Penguins Cup Championship Show, the Penguins Cup Playoff Show, and the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars putting on a show.
Tell the boys and girls I just don't care.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings, all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
Look at him, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, climbing his way through the corporate rat race. We've all been there, focused on that next raise, promotion, chocolate bar. Keeping an eye on your health can be exhausting. Weight Loss Direct is a personalized wellness and weight loss program. We utilize an AI algorithm to determine your specific foods and match you with a real-life coach and an easy-to-follow meal plan so you could stay on track to success and health. Check out weightlossdirect.com to learn more.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices, located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart. Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
What a wonderful day!
Welcome to Temple Strength and Sport Performance, where we empower you to reach new heights in strength, speed, and athletic performance. Temple is here to support you every step of the way. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned athlete, join him in Jefferson Hills, Pennsylvania, and discover the difference. For more information, call 412-527-1755. Start your journey with us today.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's official health insurance marketplace. How can I help?
Would preventative care and screenings be an option?
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest cost on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com, paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Are you ready to take your game to the next level? Hey, I'm Tyler Kennedy, 2009 Pittsburgh Penguins Stanley Cup champion here, and trust me, I know what it's like to play to the max. That's why I recommend the patented Heads Up sports training system. Improve your reaction time and your spatial awareness with this dynamic training system all at your fingertips. Train smarter with endless applications for any position. It's that simple. HeadsUpSTS.com. Play with your head up.
2 jumbo ice caramel drizzle peppermint mochaccino. Extra caramel.
That's us. I'd love to join you guys at the beach house for a few days, but between my job and the kids, it's just not that easy. Not to mention, how am I squeezing into a bikini after this winter?
Keeping off extra pounds while balancing a family and a career can be tough. And 500-calorie coffees won't get you there either. Weight Loss Direct provides a 24/7 support and one-on-one coaching to keep you on track and guarantee you success and health. Start your journey at weightlossdirect.com.
It's a PIHL hockey night in Pittsburgh. It's a great day for PIHL hockey.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's health insurance marketplace. How can I help you?
I need help paying my health insurance premiums.
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest costs on high quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com, paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Here for Jason Greenway with 7 minutes gone by in a scoreless game. Shaw toward goal from 30-plus feet, and that is held by, sends it around the boards, anticipating is Lucido. Lucido through a crowd and covered quickly by Amatucci. Menelakos takes it over, and a lead pass now to Zach Radilla. Radilla with a shorthanded breakaway. Radilla denied by Sarakowski and couldn't feather in the rebound. 0.2% power play that actually ranked last, but they had the most power play goals during the regular season as Amatucci makes a nifty glove save at the top of the crease. Picked up by Shaw. Shaw out in front. Kushner. Score! Chase Kushner beats Sarakowski with 3:52 left in the first. College Bearcats 1. Cal PA Vulcans nothing on Chase Kushner's first period goal, the only goal of period 1.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's health insurance marketplace. How can I help you?
I need help paying my health insurance premiums.
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest costs on high quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com, paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out? Does it just end up in a landfill? It doesn't have to. Fiber New specializes in the restoration of leather, plastic, and vinyl. To get an estimate, connect with us today.
And it comes back to Lucas Blois. Hey, rookie, welcome to the show. The Penguins Cup Championship show. The Penguins Cup playoff show. And the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars putting on a show.
Tell the boys and girls I just don't care.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings, all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
Look at him, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, climbing his way through the corporate rat race. We've all been there, focused on that next raise, promotion, chocolate bar. Keeping an eye on your health can be exhausting.
Hockey is the ultimate long-haul sport. Wear and tear are inevitable over the long haul, especially when it comes to wear and tear on your home or office furniture. FiberNew is a mobile service that specializes in the repair, restoration, and renewal of leather, plastic, vinyl, fabric, and upholstery. FiberNew has been trusted since 1987 to remain on the cutting edge of repair techniques, and their exclusive color matching technology has made them a global leader in their industry. If you want to make like a goalie and flash that leather with pride, visit FIBRenew.com to find a location near you, or call 888-597-2951 to get a free estimate today. Matt Popchock back at the Alpha Ice Complex in Harmer Township, PA, inside the main room, the USA rink, for the 2025 Men's Division III College Hockey East Final. Defending champion St. Vincent, the number 24 team in the country, out to a 1-0 lead over the Cal PA Vulcans. Number 4 in gold, Chase Kushner, finally cracked that SVC lineup on January 10th, making his debut at Florida Gulf Coast. Multiple goals in 3 of his last 4 regular season games for the Polar Bearcats. And the first goal today of Championship Sunday. Shots on goal in period 1, 12 apiece between the Bearcats and the Vulcans. Again, St. Vincent up where it matters. And Chase Evans continuing his extemporaneous conversation with these referees that began sometime late in period 1 when Evan Sarakowski was penalized. Brinton, the one speaking to him at the moment. Kuntz, the linesman, is ready for action. The side switch has occurred. The ice is cut, and second period play is a go. Lucido with a dump in for Cal. Through center it'll come. Vasco retreating. Has to hurry to beat Shaw and win the foot race. Vasco through the skates of Nabel. Nabel settles it down at the boards. Cal is setting defensively. Back to the St. Vincent line where Belly is waiting for the Bearcats. Vulcans trying to exit their area, and a penalty coming up on St. Vincent. Nebel took a shot to the knee. Extra attacker coming on as one of the Vulcans is without a stick, and finally it'll be touched by Randulik, the defenseman. And indeed, they're going to call the kneeing penalty. Referee Roberts making the indication. Well, first he indicated kneeing, then he made the tripping motion. Kneeing is an IIHF penalty, not one that you see called explicitly very often at any level of hockey anymore, but essentially that's what happened there. Holtzman got him right in that part of the lower body, and so Cal will get their second power play chance of the hockey game, looking for an equalizer early in period 2. Pregnant pause before this face-off, which pits Kress, who scored in the first meeting between these clubs, against Menelakos, and Amatucci has to make an acrobatic blocker save at the start of this penny power play for the Cal PA Vulcans. Avery Ball keeps it inside the line for Kress. Kress unable to maintain possession, and the alternate captain watches Ball play it out from his own blue line. Near side for Kress. Kress centering for Tiernan. Tiernan sees it deflect to the boards. Taken over by Amatucci. Louis Amatucci on the penalty kill for St. Vincent. Turned it over to Tiernan. Tiernan had a goal early in the second period of yesterday's semifinal victory by Cal. His first career playoff goal as a collegian. And he's on this power play unit for Jason Greenway as The Bearcats come over the line shorthanded. Deflected wide of goal, just barely by Horton. Midway through the Penny power play. Avery Ball over the line for Cal U of PA. Nabel, the aggrieved party on the minor penalty by Holtzman, unable to keep it inside the zone. Lead pass beyond the reach of Vasco. And it's deflected off the glass beyond Lucido. Half a minute left in the power play. St. Vincent with a clinical penalty kill to begin the second period thus far. Snap toward goal. Vinny Amatucci makes himself big and thwarts that effort by Chase Evans. The Vulcans with 30 power play goals during the regular season. Again, that led CHE despite the fact that they were last in conversion rate. St. Vincent, number 4 in the penalty kill during the regular season at 77% even. Amatucci with another nice save there. Both these teams with 5 shorthanded goals in CHE regular season play, the second most in the conference. Every special team situation going to be an adventure, especially in a championship playoff game. Vulcans win it to the boards, to the point for Zamborowski. Near side it comes, deflecting in on Amatucci. He knocks it aside. Nabel acted like he took a stick to the mask, the facial mask on his hockey helmet, but in any event, the power play is come and gone. Both teams 2 for 2 on the penalty kill, and it stays 1-0 St. Vincent with 3 minutes gone by in period 2. Centering pass for Nabel. Nabel turning around and missing the net. Louis Amatucci up to the neutral zone for the Bearcats, and he's grabbed from behind by Roberts. Correction, Colmanier, 25, not to be confused with 5 Roberts. Evans trying to go cross ice to Colmanier. It's intercepted by Shigo. Shigo double teamed and dispossessed, and we get a stoppage in play with 16:26 left in the second. And we're going to get another penalty here, it seems like. Oh, Evans can't seem to get out of his own way today. He goes off. And St. Vincent gets power play chance number 3, trying to add to a 1-goal advantage. Faceoff goes to the corner. Crouch trying to protect that puck. Zach Radilla going after it, and it's played up to the point for Holtzman. SVC on the Penny power play early in period 2. Holtzman from center point trying to redirect it on goal. It's bouncing around. It's settled down finally by Manolakos. Manolakos to the corner for Radilla. Radilla cross ice. That shot pass was intended for Rendulic, but a little too strong. 30 seconds off the penalty clock as Evans waits and watches in the sin bin. A hit there on Rendulic, but he protects that puck. And Vasco finds it and clears it all the way, almost all the way the length of the ice, and St. Vincent fans wanted another penalty there as there was some activity behind the play in Cal territory. And a chance shorthanded now for Colmanier. Colmanier just going to dump it in. Jason Greenway wants to change penalty killers midway through the Penny power play for St. Vincent. Quick dump in there by Crouch. Crouch's bench wanted him to shoot that puck and make an approach toward goal, but not sure if Crouch got the memo. Over the line comes Shaw. Shaw tied up, loses that puck. Shaw toward the net, poke-checked, and fanned on. Sarakowski unable to make that save. Now he reaches back, gets a piece of it, and hangs on. Kushner looking for his second of the afternoon, but to no avail. A chaotic chain of events there with half a minute left in this power play for St. Vincent. It ticks off the glass and just beyond the reach of Shigo. Unlucky bounce there for the Bearcats. Belly, pressured by Forsucci. Last rush for this Bearcats power play unit. Out in front it comes. At the side of the net, Kushner was crashing the party, but couldn't shoot that puck. So the Cal PA Vulcans are now 3 for 3 on the penalty kill. Both teams have combined 5 for 5 in that category, and it remains 1-0 St. Vincent with 14:18 to go in period 2. Both coaches ordering fresh players out there for the face-off, won by the Bearcats. Crouch at center, dumps it in. Rosado, left side to Louis Amatucci. Near side it comes now, too strong for Hunter Bergman, taking his first shift of the day for Brett Martz. Crouch retreating all the way back in his own zone for the Vulcans. And that breakout pass is cut out by Kress. Kress chasing to the corner, kept in the zone by Alborg. Alborg met by Amatucci and knocked off the puck. Up it comes now to Horton. Horton, centering pass. Oh, good stick there by the defenseman for Cal, Ethan Cooley. Another penalty coming up. And it's going to go on St. Vincent. So will the third time be the charm for the Vulcans on the penny power play? Louis Amatucci stating his disagreement as he gets sent off for tripping with 13:23 left until the second ice cut. And we will have a second ice cut. We're sure this time. Of course, in women's Division II play, the protocol is to only have one ice cut. And based on what I'm hearing through the grapevine, Mercyhurst might not need a second ice cut as they are ahead comfortably of Niagara in the women's D2 final next door. Vulcans on the penny power play, down by a goal. Zamborowski, cross ice for Vasco. Vasco tees it up, goes to the circle for Evans. Out in front, too strong for Nebel. And Zamborowski has to retreat to his own line. Vasco looking things over, drifting to his left. Dumps it into the corner. Bounces off the back of the St. Vincent goal. And an opportunity possibly here, shorthanded for Shigo. Shigo one-on-one against Zamborowski. Zamborowski stood him up. 1:20 left in the penny power play for Cal, but it's cleared right into the outstretched hand of Adam Sarakowski, the former Crusader. A noticeable Bishop Canavan representation in this year's Vulcan lineup. The two Sarakowskis and, of course, Ian Tiernan, the newcomer at forward. Shot from the corner is blocked. Evans to the near point for Lucido, and a chance shorthanded for Manolakos. Manolakos to the goal. Stopped by Sarakowski. And he should get 5 to 10 for robbing Nick Manolakos on the shorthanded breakaway. 42 to go and the penalty on Louis Amatucci. 12 to go in the second period, and not for nothing, it remains 1-0 Bearcats. Karpushka near side. Sends it into St. Vincent ice. Amatucci thought about leaving his net to cover and tried to, but couldn't. Under half a minute left in the power play, and it's cleared by Shigo. Outlet pass by Ball. Finds the stick of Kress. Kress speeding his way across the attacking line. Kress out in front, nobody home. Zach Radilla not going to get to this puck, but the penalty to Amatucci will expire, and St. Vincent is 3 for 3 on the penalty kill. They remain ahead by a goal. Out in front it comes, and the Vulcans think they've scored. The net behind Vinny Amatucci, however, is off its moorings, pardon me. Amatucci off the face-off win for St. Vincent to the corner for Rosado. Vasco up ahead to Alborg. Alborg to Karpushka. Karpushka from distance, held by Amatucci. Floated wide of goal off the stick of Colmanier. Rendulic across several lines. Scooped up in a hurry by Vasco. Vasco outletting a little bit too far for Alborg. Rendulic reversing the play but turned it over. Alborg in the corner. The other number 13, Manolakos, who is thwarted on that shorthanded breakaway not long ago, playing that puck behind his own net. Approaching the midpoint of this second period and championship game. Chase Kushner's late first period goal at even strength, still the difference maker. Kushner on the forecheck here for St. Vincent as we hit the 10-minute mark. Sent around the boards by Nabel. Zach Motiel, near side for Holtzman. Holtzman with a dump in. Radilla giving chase. And he yields to LJ Crouch of the Vulcans. Vasco trying to spring Evans with a home run pass that's intercepted by Louis Amatucci. Amatucci through the right circle. From an angle, that save is made by Sarakowski off the armpit. Crouch, the only man on that puck for the Vulcans, flings it in error, out of play. St. Vincent, 15-2-0-1 for 46 points in CHE play this season. Cal of Pennsylvania, 12-3-1-2 for 40 points. Good for the number 2 spot. Cal did very well in out-of-conference play, winning 21 games overall this season and losing just 4 times overall in regulation. St. Vincent, 16-6-0-1 overall, adding up their non-conference record. Good toe save made there by Amatucci to Rob Lucido. Zambrowski beyond center. And a check there on Bergman right in front of the Cal bench. Nabel making that hit. Brett Martz ordering a line change. Vulcans bring it up to center. Karpushka puts it off the arm of Costantino. Costantino, the former Norwin Knight, watches this puck come up ahead of Kushner, but Shigo is offside. Ty Shigo Another year of college club hockey under his belt. 11 goals, 34 points. One of the top 10 scorers in the league during the regular campaign. And he had the big goal in the regular season finale between these clubs that decided the #1 seed in St. Vincent's favor. Bearcats winning back-to-back regular season titles and the Kalena Cup that comes with it. Trying to win back-to-back playoff championships here this afternoon. Leading Cal U of PA 1-0. Shigo to the point for Rendulic. Rendulic shooting, that's deflected wide by Kushner. Tiernan trying to protect that puck from Kushner, lost his stick. And a penalty coming up on the Bearcats. So Tiernan draws the power play chance for Cal. Their 4th of the afternoon. Vulcans still looking for that first goal. Lucido with a face-off win. Vulcans on the penny power play. Zambrowski to the circle for Lucido. Lucido out in front. Save Amatucci. The rebound comes wide. That was just beyond Evans, who was ready for that big, juicy rebound, but it was not to be. To the point for Zambrowski. Zambrowski near side for Evans. Evans back to Zambrowski. Zambrowski inside the blue line. Fakes, goes to Vasco. Vasco to Evans. Evans to the corner for Lucido. Lucido going cross ice intended for Evans. He defers to Vasco, the Vulcan captain. Center point in the corner now to Evans, who's switched sides on this Cal power play. Vasco, that shot pass too strong, comes right to Nabel. Nabel up top to Zambrowski. Evans down low with his puck off the stick of Vasco. Vasco gets it back midway through the penny power play. A lot of passing, no shooting. One-timer stopped by Amatucci. Well, there's a shot on goal for you. Lucido let her rip, and Amatucci made a brilliant save. Brett Martz quickly changing penalty killers. Zambrowski over the line. 35 to go on the man advantage for Cal. That's broken up by Shigo. The two captains meet between the benches. Cal over the attacking line. Shot from an angle. Amatucci has that one in his breadbasket. Chase Evans stopped, and we'll get a face-off here in St. Vincent territory. Shigo wins it. Louis Amatucci trying to kill off the rest of this penalty for the Bearcats. And it's sent up the left wing boards. Shigo in hot pursuit trying to beat Crouch to this puck. Crouch wins the battle but puts it off the nearest referee. Unfortunately, no harm done there for Cal as the power play expires. St. Vincent 4 for 4 on the penalty kill, and they maintain the 1-0 lead with 5:43 left in the second. Icing on the Bearcats. There's Brett Martz. 12 straight years behind the bench, at St. Vincent College. Assisted by Rob Martz, Sam Paquin, Cam Roth. His team on a 9-game win streak that includes yesterday's decisive playoff win. Trying to hit the big 1-0 today on Championship Sunday. From the side of the net, Kushner banged it off the side of the post. Rendulic from the boards. To the corner for Holtzman. Up top for Menalakos. Menalakos into the glove hand of Adam Sarakowski. Both teams making changes before this face-off in Cal territory. Jason Greenway, year number 13 for him, as we mentioned earlier, behind the Vulcans Division III bench. Pat Kenny, Stephen Oberle, better known amongst his players as OB, and Dr. Ephraim Yoder, the assistant coaches this season for Cal U of PA. Yoder, by the way, doubling as head coach of the Cal U Division IV men's program, we should note. Final 5 minutes of period 2. St. Vincent with a 1-0 lead in the men's Division III final. Manolacos trying to play it toward goal. Sent back to center. Costantino with a dump in. Cats complete the line change. Holtzman into California territory. Alborg turned it over. Chance here and a save made there by Sarakowski. Zach Motil from close range, unable to double the lead. Icing called on SVC with 4 minutes until the second ice cut here at the Alpha Complex in Harmer Township. Big weekend for college club hockey in the area. Feels like I've been back in college. Day one, I was at the Canada rink. I graduated to the Europe rink. Now I'm at the USA rink. I'm back in the big stage. Crouch from inside his own line turned it over to Holtzman. Holtzman makes his move. Holtzman out in front. Save made Sarakowski. Chance the other way in transition for Nabel. Nabel taking his time, playing that puck to the corner. Louis Amatucci greeted by Chase Evans. Vasco at center ice. Goes right side to Crouch. Crouch into the offensive zone. LJ Crouch dispossessed by Rendulic. This puck comes all the way back to center red for Vasco. Vasco interrupted by Holtzman. A little captain on captain crime as Holtzman leads it up ahead now for Radilla. Zach Radilla from the edge of the right circle. Parks in the corner. Sent around the boards defensively by the Vulcans, and they will Murphy dump this puck to center ice, where it's settled down by Rosado. Kushner unable to reach that outlet pass. Vulcans 3 men strong. Nabel out in front. SVC with a double team. Shot from the circle right in on Amatucci. And he's just able to stop Lucido and force the faceoff. Karpushka wins the draw for the Vulcans. Poked aside by Rosado. Up to center it comes to Shigo. Shigo over the attacking line. Shigo. Oh, good stick there by Ball. Colmanier over the line for Cal U. Played aside by a Shaw. Belly from his own corner. Up to center for Shigo. Danny for Kushka, retreating defensively. And to center it'll come for Colmanier. Colmanier up to Tiernan. Tiernan in the final 2 of the second period. Fires on Amatucci. Amatucci, the save of the rebound, is still loose and fired off a body by one of the Vulcans. Counterattacking was Manolacos. Puck still available. It's taken by Avery Ball. Horton over the attacking line for SVC. Floats it on net, and it is covered by Adam Sarakowski. Off the face-off, it's controlled by Evan Sarakowski, brother of goaltender Adam. That snapshot taken by Motillo is blocked right out in front. Amatucci going to play this puck conservatively with 1:22 left in period 2. And Chase Kushner's first period goal so far has stood the test of time. Zambrowski gains the red line, sends it in. Overskated by Cooley. Kept inside the line briefly by Kress. St. Vincent counterattacking. Costantino out in front, cleared aside by Zambrowski. Forsucci taking flight. Forsucci from distance. Amatucci the save, sticks aside the rebound. Rendulic from the corner. Off the rafters, out of play. Face-off to come inside St. Vincent ice with just under 45 ticks to talk. From the corner, it's sent off the boards and up to center. Kushner over the attacking line. Kushner watching, going toward the net. That was intended for Shaw, and Shaw gets crunched with half a minute left in the period, and he's slow to get up. Kept inside the zone by Amatucci. Louis Amatucci, right circle, cross ice. One-timer off the crossbar, and it's cleared. Oh, Kushner finding metal but not mesh. Inches away from a second goal in this championship game, Chase Kushner. 10 seconds left in the period. One last chance for the Bearcats. Kushner fakes between the circles, can't shoot it. That'll be the end of the period. A frantic end to second period play as Vasco and Shigo have words. And after 2, one more bridge to cross in this CHE Men's Division III Championship game between St. Vincent College and Cal University of PA, with the Bearcats leading the Vulcans 1-0. I'm Matt Popchock. You're watching live coverage of the 2025 CHE playoffs on TenbandTV, presented by Solico Advisors.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's health insurance marketplace. How can I help you?
I need help paying my health insurance premiums.
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest costs on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com, paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out? Does it just end up in a landfill? It doesn't have to. FiberNew specializes in the restoration of leather, plastic, and vinyl. To get an estimate, connect with us today.
And it comes back to Lucas Blows. Hey, rookie, welcome to the show. The Penguins Cup Championship show. The Penguins Cup Playoff show. And the Thomas Jefferson Jaguars putting on a show.
Tell the boys and girls I just don't care.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings, all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
Ah, look at him, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, climbing his way through the corporate rat race. We've all been there, focused on that next raise, promotion, chocolate bar. Keeping an eye on your health can be exhausting. Weight Loss Direct is a personalized wellness and weight loss program. We utilize an AI algorithm to determine your specific foods and match you with a real-life coach and an easy-to-follow meal plan so you could stay on track to success and health. Check out weightlossdirect.com to learn more.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices, located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart. Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
What a wonderful day!
Welcome to Temple Strength and Sport Performance, where we empower you to reach new heights in strength, speed, and athletic performance. Temple is here to support you every step of the way. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned athlete, join him in Jefferson Hills, Pennsylvania, and discover the difference. For more information, call 412-527-1755. Start your journey with us today.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's official health insurance marketplace. How can I help?
Would preventative care and screenings be an option?
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest cost on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com, paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Are you ready to take your game to the next level? Hey, I'm Tyler Kennedy, 2009 Pittsburgh Penguins Stanley Cup champion here, and trust me, I know what it's like to play to the max. That's why I recommend the patented heads-up sports training system. Improve your reaction time and your spatial awareness with this dynamic training system all at your fingertips. Train smarter with endless applications for any position. It's that simple. HeadsUpSTS.com. Play with your head up.
2 jumbo iced caramel drizzle peppermint mochaccino.
Extra caramel?
That's us. I'd love to join you guys at the beach house for a few days, but between my job and the kids, it's just not that easy. Not to mention, how am I squeezing into a bikini after this winter?
Keeping off extra pounds while balancing a family and a career can be tough. And 500-calorie coffees won't get you there either. Weight Loss Direct provides a 24/7 support and one-on-one coaching to keep you on track and guarantee you success and health. Start your journey at weightlossdirect.com.
It's a PIHL hockey night in Pittsburgh. It's a great day for PIHL hockey.
here for Jason Greenway with 7 minutes gone by in a scoreless game. Shaw toward goal from 30-plus feet, and that is held by, sends it around the boards, anticipating is Lucido. Lucido through a crowd and covered quickly by Amatucci. Menelakos takes it over, and a lead pass now to Zach Radilla. Radilla with a shorthanded breakaway. Radilla denied by Sarakowski and couldn't feather in the rebound. 0.2% power play that actually ranked last, but they had the most power play goals during the regular season as Amatucci makes a nifty glove save at the top of the crease. Picked up by Shaw. Shaw out in front. Kushner. Score! Chase Kushner beats Sarakowski with 3:52 left in the first. College Bearcats 1, Cal PA Vulcans nothing on Chase Kushner's first period goal, the only goal of period 1. And Nebel took a shot to the knee. Extra attacker coming on as one of the Vulcans is without a stick, and finally it'll be touched by Randula as the Bearcats come over the line shorthanded. Deflected wide of goal, just barely by Horton. St. Vincent with a clinical penalty kill to begin the second period thus far. Snap toward goal. Vinny Amatucci makes himself big and thwarts that effort by Chase Evans. St. Vincent, number 4 in the penalty kill during the regular season at 77% even. Amatucci with another nice save there. Loses that puck. Shaw toward the net. Poke checked and fanned on. Sarakowski unable to make that save. Now he reaches back, gets a piece of it, and hangs on. Kushner looking for a good stick there by the defenseman for Cal, Ethan Cooley. Another penalty coming up for Lucido, and a chance shorthanded for Menelakos. Menelakos to the goal. Stopped by Sarakowski. And he should get 5 to 10 for robbing. They remain ahead by a goal. Out in front it comes, and the Vulcans think they've scored. The net behind Vinny Amatucci, however, it's off Vasco. Vasco gets it back midway through the penny power play. A lot of passing, no shooting. One-timer stopped by Amatucci. Well, there's a shot on goal for you. Alborg turned it over. Chance here, and a save made there by Sarakowski. Crouch from inside his own line, turned it over to Holtzman. Holtzman makes his move. Holtzman out in front, save made Sarakowski. This puck comes all the way back to center red for Vasco. Vasco interrupted by Holtzman. A little captain on captain. Vulcans 3 men strong. Nabel out in front. SVC with a double team. Shot from the circle right in on Amatucci. Come for Colmanier. Colmanier up to Tiernan. Tiernan in the final 2 of the second period. Fires on Amatucci. Amatucci, the save of the rebound, is still loose and fired off a body by one of the... Horton over the attacking line for SVC. Floats it on net, and it is covered by Adam Sarakowski. Inside the line briefly by Kress. St. Vincent counterattacking. Costantino out in front, cleared aside by Zamborowski. Kushner over the attacking line. Kushner watching, going toward the net. That was intended for Shaw, and Shaw gets crunched with half a minute left in the period, and he's slow to get. Kept inside the zone by Amatucci. Louis Amatucci, right circle, cross ice. One-timer off the crossbar, and it's cleared. Oh, Kushner. Kept inside the zone by Amatucci. Louis Amatucci, right circle, cross ice. One-timer off the crossbar, and it's cleared. Oh, Kushner. Special teams can decide a close hockey game. The advisors at Soleiko Capital are a special team. Soleiko advisors are leveraged by Soleiko Capital to help you take control of the game. They deliver practical solutions to the financial challenges faced by late-stage startup and growth companies. If your brand new business is booming and you're ready to expand, Soleiko Capital can give you the support you need to succeed. Visit them on the web at SolecoCapital.com to learn more, and be sure to follow them on LinkedIn. Matt Popchock on TenbandTV with you on CHE Men's Division III Championship Sunday, presented by our friends at Soleco Advisors. How about that? Squid Games coming to St. Vincent College. Gotta love that mask. Bearcat fans like what they see so far. St. Vincent ahead in a tight one, 1-0 over the Cal U Vulcans of Pennsylvania. In the last 5 periods played by these two clubs, a combined 2 goals scored. Both of them, to this point, have belonged to the Bearcats. Ty Shigo's game winner in the season finale, and today, Chase Kushner, the mid-season addition, scoring at even strength late in the first period. And special teams have been important in this game insofar as both teams have killed off several penalties as period 3 is underway from the Alpha Ice Complex in Harmer Township. Lead pass to Lucido. Matt Lucido over the attacking line. Good stick there by Belly. Vasco to center for Chase Evans. Taken over by Rendulic. Rendulic from the left circle. Rendulic cross-ice that pass off the skate of Vasco in the right place at the right time. Bearcats dump it in and tag up to get back onside. SVC changing on the go. Home run pass intended for Colmanier. Going to be smothered instead by Amatucci. Vinny Amatucci, 32 saves in the last meeting between these clubs. And he's made 23 thus far today. 3-on-1 for St. Vincent. Shot on his counterpart, Sarakowski, and Adam Sarakowski denies Jake Holtzman, the St. Vincent captain. Holtzman with 12 goals during the regular campaign, 23 points in 24 games. Bearcats fight for possession of this face-off, but it belongs to Colmanier. Colmanier turning it over at the blue line. Motil skating to the corner. He's met there by Evan Sarakowski. Radilla turned it over to Evan Sarakowski. Up the near boards it comes. Centering pass to Motil. Motil blocked away by Sarakowski. Zamborowski up through center early in period 3. Zamborowski chased by Louis Amatucci, who deflects this puck off the protective netting behind goaltender Vinny Amatucci. Amatucci with 51 saves combined in the regular season series between these teams. Both teams won on the road to split the season series. Cal PA winning at Palmer Imaging Arena. St. Vincent going into the venue formerly known as the Rostraver Ice Garden, now known as the CFS Bank Event Center, and winning the season finale to claim a second straight regular season title. Alborg to the corner for Cooley. Cooley trying to go back to his former Bethel Park teammate, and St. Vincent has numbers one more time. Hunter Bergman from the right circle. That save made by Sarakowski, and the rebound cleared by Ball. Alborg trying to go up the near boards. Cooley clears it to center, and it goes into the scorer's table, so we get an early stoppage here. 17:36 left, period 3. Next door, the Mercyhurst Lakers continue to lead. When we last checked the Niagara Purple Eagles, it is now 6-0 in period 3. It was 5-0, I was about to say, midway through period 2. So the Lakers appear to be well on their way to back-to-back CHE Women's Playoff Championships. Mercyhurst narrowly defeating Ohio State last season on a late goal by Ellie Schau. And, of course, Schau had that history-making effort yesterday in the semis against West Virginia to become Mercyhurst's all-time scoring leader. The Erie-born senior going out with a bang this season. Which of these teams is going to go out with a bang? Still a lot of hockey left to play. St. Vincent trying to return to nationals for the second consecutive year. In all probability, they will do that if they win today. We won't know for sure until the final national rankings come out after all of today's conference tournaments have been concluded. St. Vincent, number 24 in the nation, entering the weekend in men's D3. Vasco's two-line pass intended for Tiernan instead deflects to Costantino, the defenseman for St. Vincent. Around the boards to Holtzman. Vasco behind the net with a dump in for the Vulcans. Played to center by Colmanier. Chance for Holtzman. Holtzman fires, and Sarakowski snatches it out of midair. Both goaltenders very dialed in throughout the afternoon. Sarakowski had a really strong third period yesterday, blanking Pitt Johnstown as they were trying to pull off a paper upset anyway of the Vulcans. This shot deflected just wide. UPJ pulling its goalie for the last couple minutes of that contest, but unable to score, and the Vulcans punch their ticket to Championship Sunday the hard way. Chance now for Motil. Motil side of the net. One-timer! I'll take that, thank you very much, says Adam Sarakowski. And now it's Rodilla's turn to look to the heavens. Or just stare at his feet, whichever the mood strikes him. Off the face-off, Rosado from the near boards. Turned it over to Zambrowski. Zambrowski near side for Tiernan. Tiernan propels it on net. Amatucci will cover. After the game, one way or another, we will have the championship trophy presentation, the presentation of the Wisniewski Championship belt at center ice, and all the related festivities, so stick around for that at the conclusion of today's men's D3 final. And that'll be emceed, of course, by CHE Commissioner Dave Fryer. We thank him for his cooperation throughout the playoff weekend here in Harmer Township. Manolakos over the line. Manolakos one-on-one against Firkuska. Manolakos avoids the check. Cooley colliding with Kushner, the game's only goal scorer, behind the Vulcan cage. Forsucci to the corner. Alborg for Forsucci. Forsucci tied up immediately by Rendulic. Louis Amatucci surveying the play, trying to go up to center for Shigo, but the pass eludes him, and this will not be icing. Vasco has to play this puck from behind his own net. Avery Ball. Near side for Evans. Forgot the puck for a moment. Almost lost it to Shigo. Now he loses it to Holtzman. Shigo has to tag up, however, and he's going to come off for a line change. Ball up to center for Lucido. Lucido back to Avery Ball. Avery Ball drawing the triple team as it comes in behind the Bearcats net. Over the line comes Rodilla. Rodilla stood up by Vasco. Rodilla to the corner now for Holtzman. Holtzman out of play. Now the Bearcats' defensive zone coverage is impressive, and we noted their goal differential earlier, just 58 goals allowed during the regular season. They were a very efficient defensive club. Just 6 goals allowed by SVC in their last 5 contests overall, playoffs included. And they're playing with a 1-0 lead late in regulation here. Vasco, Murphy dumping this puck to center. Tiernan locates it. Tiernan 1 against 2. Tiernan trying to go down low to Karpushka. That pass broken up. Bearcats in transition. There's the dump in by Horton. Vasco trying to throw it up ahead to Karpushka. Louis Amatucci retreating. He's on his horse for St. Vincent. Being chased by Karpushka. Amatucci over the line. Amatucci lost it at the last second. This snapshot on Sarakowski is stopped. Taken by Alex Shaw and held for a faceoff. Shigo off the draw, that going just wide. Shaw taking one more crack at it. Evan Sarakowski behind his own net. Alborg turning it over to Shigo. Shigo out in front. To the point for Rosado. Rosado wide of goal. Amatucci centering it, and that save is made by Sarakowski. Oh, Shaw just can't buy himself a goal on this shift for St. Vincent. 13 for Shaw during the regular season. Second leading scorer on the team, 26 points in 24 games. And a smart player, too. Only 4 penalty minutes all season. The Shaw hockey family, a mainstay in Armstrong County. They produced a lot of players for youth teams in that area and high school teams. Holtzman behind the net. Kept inside the line by Costantino. Costantino, that attempt is blocked, and a chance up ahead at center for Chase Evans. Evans settles it down in the left circle. Evans cross ice. That shot is blocked. Rendulic minding the gap. Vulcans have to tag up. And Lucido knows he didn't miss by much. 8 minutes into period 3, still a 1-0 lead for the Cats. Sarakowski at center. Colmanier. Good stick there by Radilla. Turnover to the Bearcats. Horton trying to control that puck. Play to the corner by Bergman. Coming on just now and slapping it toward goal is Manolakos. And Sarakowski's not going to take any chances. Good crowd on hand for both the men's and women's championship games, we should note. For all 4 teams represented. Some teams with a little bit more of a bus ride than others. Yeah, we see you, Niagara. You love to see it, the support for college hockey. No matter the variety here in Greater Pittsburgh. Off the boards it comes to Karpushka. Karpushka colliding with a teammate at center. That's Tiernan. Those two getting discombobulated, and that allows the Bearcats to play it up to the neutral zone and dump it inside Cal territory. Strange bounce there. Kushner in pursuit. Kushner has it. Kushner on his backhand over the bar. Bearcats battling for this puck, and they fling it wide of goal. That's Alex Shaw making that play. Kushner on the half wall. Gets there before Tiernan does, but the Vulcans have the puck, and they cannot play it off the glove hand of Rendulic. Rendulic unaware that an offside call was in the offing, so the faceoff will come at the other end of the ice. Kress wins the faceoff. He's tied up quickly by Shigo. Played out in front right off Vinny Amatucci, the goaltender for SVC. And a miscue there at the blue line by Crouch. Forces the Vulcans back into their own zone. Midway through this third period, St. Vincent clinging to a 1-0 lead over Cal U of PA in this men's Division III championship final of College Hockey East. Matt Popchock on board with you for TenbandTV Championship Sunday, presented by our friends at Solyko Advisors. Amatucci settles it down with both teams in the midst of line changes. Holtzman unable to clear it. Vasco from the boards out in front, corralled by Lucido. Lucido from above the circle, that never made it on goal. Holtzman hurrying along for the Bearcats. Holtzman up the right wing. Holtzman, good stick there by Crouch on the St. Vincent captain. Out of play off the protective netting. And Holtzman broke his stick in the process and just kind of throws it away in frustration. Now, if you're a forward, it's been a frustrating day. Both these teams, again, getting great goaltending, both dialed in defensively, not a lot of room out there. And in a playoff game, especially a championship game, you can't be too surprised that that's the way it's been shaking out, especially between two teams that have already played 2 games that came down to 1 goal each. Nabel over the line. Nabel hits the brakes. Bearcats take over this puck and flip it back to center. Sarakowski, Evan Sarakowski, getting it inside the St. Vincent line. Belly from long range on goal. And Sarakowski will discreetly play that puck to one of his Cal teammates. Zimbrowski off the boards to Evan Sarakowski. Those two play pitch and catch. Colmanier greeted at the blue line by Belly of St. Vincent with 8.5 left in regulation. Settled down by Adam Sarakowski. Zambrowski reversing the play to Karpushka. Karpushka. And the net behind, goaltender Zambrowski, or Sarakowski, excuse me, dislodged. Officials allow him to readjust it, and they keep play moving along here with 8 minutes left in the third. Evan Sarakowski dropping for Tiernan. Tiernan near side. And that save is made by Amatucci on the shot by Karpushka. And one of the Bearcats was knocked down at the whistle. Jason Greenway wants a fresh line out there for this face-off in St. Vincent ice. And from his stomach, that was Cooley trying to play that puck for the Vulcans. Holtzman with it, far side. Holtzman tied up by Kress. Motil right circle. Lost the puck. Taken over by Radilla. Radilla to the corner for Motil. Motil out in front. One-timer save made there by Sarakowski on Holtzman right in front. Mark that one down. Louis Amatucci retreating. Two-line pass off the stick of Radilla, the alternate captain. Delayed offside against St. Vincent. That's a break for Vasco. Cooley unable to reach the outlet pass. Shaw up to Kushner. Kushner giving chase. Evans trying to beat him to it. He does. To the point now for Rosado. Rosado to Shaw. Shaw left circle out in front. Shot put wide by Kushner. Oh, he had Sarakowski at his mercy, but he just couldn't hit the target for a second time. Bouncing pass to Vasco. Taken over by Rosado. Vulcans in the middle of a change. Bearcats were trying to catch him napping. They couldn't. This is sent cross ice for Vasco. Vasco out in front. Turnaround try by Evans is stopped. Amatucci watches the rebound deflected wide. Vasco keeps it in at the point. Near side for Crouch. Crouch above the circle to Shigo. Shigo with a one-touch pass to Horton. Horton skating wide. Horton dispossessed by Vasco. Not one of the best defensemen in the league for nothing, folks. Rendulic from behind his own net with 6 to go in the third period. Lucido taking over at center for Cal U. Lucido pressured back deep into his own zone now, and a turnover nearly there to Bergman. Crouch checked by Bergman as he got rid of that puck. Louis Amatucci reversing the play now to Rendulic. Rendulic off his own glass. And one of the Vulcans losing an edge behind the net. That was Nabel. Puck battle in the corner. One of the Vulcans appears to be shaken up, and finally we get a whistle with 5.5 left. Cal fans are up in arms. We'll see if we get anything here. Well, the doors to both penalty boxes still shut as we speak. Faceoff comes outside the St. Vincent line. Won by the Bearcats. Belly to Holtzman. Holtzman with a dump in. Motil giving chase, but ball got to it first. Tiernan deep in his own zone. Up ahead to Zamborowski. Zamborowski for Colmanier. Colmanier off a body. Amatucci guarding the near post. Gloves that puck on the bounce as Colmanier goes down, perhaps trying to buy himself a call there. Elliott Belly, for the moment, staying out of trouble as the Bearcats make another change before the faceoff. Final 5 of regulation. St. Vincent 1, Cal U of PA nothing. Crouch on goal. Amatucci made the save. The rebound was available. The Bearcats control it. Shigo over the line. Near side Kushner. Kushner off a skate. And right to Matt Karpushka. Karpushka from distance. Out of play. Off the face-off. It comes free to Coley. One-timer out in front. Amatucci got a piece of that. It's still loose after the follow-up save by Amatucci, and it's cleared aside by Rendulic. What a sequence there for Cal, but still unable to find the equalizer. Bearcats clear it up to center into one of the penalty boxes, and so we'll get a face-off with 4:12 on the third period clock. Still a one-goal game. Radilla against Kress. Radilla wins it for SVC. Up to Holtzman. Holtzman back to the Cal blue line. Kress near side. Deflected inside St. Vincent territory by Alborg. Zamborowski, yesterday's conquering hero, playing this puck up to center for the Vulcans. Zamborowski over the attacking line. Near side Alborg. Alborg on Amatucci. The save made. He clears it immediately. The St. Vincent netminder not standing on ceremony. Vulcans change on the go. Zamborowski for Alborg. He's sandwiched. Chance the other way for Radilla. Penalty coming up. Holtzman is furious. And he is screaming at Kuntz, the linesman, as he goes to the St. Vincent penalty box. Louis Amatucci trying to calm his teammate down, making sure he doesn't get an extra 2. Ty Shigo giving him a talking to as well. Holtzman furious at the penalty call. But it's a 5th penny power play for the Vulcans, trailing 1-0. 3:25 left in period 3. Nail-biting time in Harmer Township. Played to the side of the net, and that pass eludes Lucido. But he gets it back on the man advantage for Cal. Lucido out in front. It's cleared to the boards by Louis Amatucci, but not out. Vasco kept it in for Cal U of PA, and finally Rendulic gets the clear for St. Vincent. Tripping the indication against Holtzman, the St. Vincent captain. Vasco under pressure from Shigo. Plays it cross ice for Zambrowski. Zambrowski dumps it in around the boards. Giving chase is Evans. Shigo bumped off the puck by Nabel. To the corner for Lucido. From the boards, Radilla clears the zone. Midway through the penny power play for the Vulcans. Under 2.5 left now. At some point, Sarakowski's got to think about coming off, and Jason Greenway's got to think about pulling him if things don't change in a hurry. Vasco met in the corner by Belly. Vasco exchanging with Nabel. Nabel to the corner. Lucido from inside the line. Lucido off Amatucci's save-made rebound is still available and cleared off the glass by Rosado. Horton gets there and breaks his stick. Cal fans and Cal players wanted to call because Horton played that puck with a broken stick. Oh, I think the Bearcats got away with that one at least. Nothing called with 15 left on the power play. Amatucci making that save. And now it's Vasco's turn to scream at this USA Hockey crew. Both captains trying to get their money's worth with time ticking away in the third. Karpushka to take the draw against Shigo. And Greenway's going to use his timeout with 1:40 left in the period and 15 seconds left on this power play for Cal U of Pennsylvania. The top 2 teams in CHE men's D3 during the regular season involved in another tight one here on Championship Sunday. The Bearcats trying to hang on for back-to-back playoff titles to complement their back-to-back regular season titles. California PA, the most decorated program in conference history, as we said earlier. 14 playoff titles all time. Looking to find a way to steal their second in the last 3 years. Now the Bearcat fans are getting into it right in front of Media Row. You having fun yet? Vasco in behind the cage. Rendulic with the net still occupied to our left, clears it, and that should do it. A massive penalty kill by the Polar Bearcats. 1:25 left. Nabel over the line. He's dispossessed by Shigo. Sarakowski can't come off. Radilla to the corner. Holtzman, fresh out of the penalty box. Holtzman turns around, shoots. Cyclops, they made the rebound, still loose. And it's fired in! Pay the man, Shirley. Zach Radilla beats Sarakowski, who was down and out. And that could be the dagger. The alternate captain makes it happen. 2-0 Bearcats, 1:05 to play. Greenway wanted to get Sarakowski off the ice in the worst way possible, but great pressure by the Bearcats at the end of that penalty kill, and they keep the Vulcans bottled up in their own zone and make it a moot point. And that might just about do it. And again, Sarakowski won't be able to come off the ice. Radilla with 9 goals and 25 regular season points in 24 games. Shigo gets a helper on that goal, I believe. And the Bearcats finally can breathe a little bit with half a minute to play. Not over yet, but they do clear the zone and clear this puck the length of the ice, and the clock's going to keep running. It will not be icing on SVC. And the Vulcans appear to have simply run out of time. Radilla's goal looks like it's going to be the clincher. Kushner's goal looks like it's going to be the game winner in his first year as a collegian. What a story for Chase Kushner. 5 seconds left. Ladies and gentlemen, here come the Cats. Brett Martz and the St. Vincent College Polar Bearcats have gone back-to-back ×2. Your 24-25 Kalina Cup regular season champions. Your 24-25 Wisniewski Belt Award winners. Final score on Championship Sunday in CHE Men's Division III. Bearcats 2, California PA Vulcans 0. A 30-save shutout, number 7 on the year, and win number 38 all-time in the very illustrious club hockey career of one Vinny Amatucci. And fittingly, it is the SVC netminder leading the handshake line, giving a little love tap there to his rival, Adam Sarakowski, and take nothing away from the Bishop Canavan product. Sarakowski finishing with 32 saves in defeat. He played beautifully throughout these playoffs. But it is Amatucci and the Bearcats who come out on top in the proverbial rubber match between these two evenly matched teams. And the belt has made its way to center red. The Wisniewski Championship belt, a tribute to former league commissioner and studio wrestling magnate Chuck Wisniewski. And CHE Commissioner Dave Fryer is on the ice with his crew to present the trophy. Okay, Cats, go ahead and scratch your names on that fabled belt. Your 2024-2025 College Hockey East Men's Division III playoff champions and 2 years running playoff champions, the St. Vincent College Polar Bearcats. What a run by head coach Brett Martz and this men's program. Assistant coaches Rob Martz, Sam Paquin, Cam Roth. A job well done supporting these young men all season long. St. Vincent, you heard the breaking news a moment ago from Commissioner Dave Fryer. They entered the weekend a fringe top 25 team, and they are headed to ACHA Men's Division III Nationals for a second straight season. They will do so with an overall record of 17 wins, 6 regulation losses, 1 overtime loss. The Vulcans see their 24-25 campaign come to an end despite a valiant effort today with an overall mark of 21 wins, 5 regulation losses, 1 overtime win, 2 overtime losses. And we want to thank Commissioner Dave Fryer and his crew for their cooperation throughout this very busy weekend. Thank you, Executive Producer Todd Kazarowski. Thank you, Michael Lyman in the Four Seasons, for all his yeoman's work on camera. And thank you folks out there for watching and listening. A very exciting championship game, a game that definitely lived up to expectations, and for the second straight meeting, the Bearcats blank their rivals from Cal U. Gio Porco, the Deer Lakes graduate and newcomer to the club, celebrating a moment ago with the belt. Some of the less heralded players on the club, including those not appearing in the lineup today for St. Vincent, getting their turn with a trophy. Backup goaltender Owen Burmeister having his moment. Of course, Jake Holtzman, the team captain, was the first to hoist it. And now they can start thinking about a three-peat. But first, it's on to nationals for St. Vincent. They will represent College Hockey East at the men's D3 level once again at the big dance. And on that note, I think one of us should go ahead and check on Mr. Presley's whereabouts. It is all over from the Alpha Complex in Harmer Township. Once again, your final score, St. Vincent College 2, Cal University of Pennsylvania nothing. The St. Vincent Polar Bearcats are your back-to-back CHE Men's D3 playoff champions. I'm Matt Popchock, and that's all she wrote from Harmer Township. This broadcast and the remainder of our Scholastic hockey coverage throughout the 24-25 season is dedicated to the memory of the incomparable Mike Lang, a great hockey ambassador and a great influence on all of us. Long may his legacy live. We'll leave you with the sights and sounds of the Bearcats celebrating back-to-back playoff crowns. You've been watching continuing coverage of the 2025 College Hockey East playoffs. It's a celebration, folks. Live it up. And you've been watching coverage on TenbandTV presented by Solico Advisors. Here for Jason Greenway with 7 minutes gone by in a scoreless game. Shaw toward goal from 30-plus feet, and that is held by, sends it around the boards, anticipating is Lucido. Lucido through a crowd and covered quickly by Amatucci. Here for Jason Greenway with 7 minutes gone by in a scoreless game. Shaw toward goal from 30-plus feet, and that is held by, sends it around the boards, anticipating is Lucido. Lucido through a crowd and covered quickly by Amatucci. Menelakos takes it over, and a lead pass now to Zach Radilla. Radilla with a shorthanded breakaway. Radilla denied by Sarakowski and couldn't feather in the rebound. 0.2% power play that actually ranked last, but they had the most power play goals during the regular season as Amatucci makes a nifty glove save at the top of the crease. Picked up by Shaw. Shaw out in front. Kushner. Score! Chase Kushner beats Sarakowski with 3:52 left in the first. College Bearcats 1, Cal PA Vulcans nothing on Chase Kushner's first period goal, the only goal of period 1. And Nebel took a shot to the knee. Extra attacker coming on as one of the Vulcans is without a stick, and finally it'll be touched by Randula as the Bearcats come over the line shorthanded. Deflected wide of goal, just barely by Horton. St. Vincent with a clinical penalty kill to begin the second period thus far. Snap toward goal. Vinny Amatucci makes himself big and thwarts that effort by Chase Evans. St. Vincent, number 4 in the penalty kill during the regular season at 77% even. Amatucci with another nice save there. Loses that puck. Shaw toward the net, poke checked and fanned on. Sarakowski unable to make that save. Now he reaches back, gets a piece of it, and hangs on. Kushner looking for a good stick there by the defenseman for Cal, Ethan Cooley. Another penalty coming up for Lucido, and a chance shorthanded for Manolakos. Manolakos to the goal. Stopped by Sarakowski. And he should get 5 to 10 for robbing. They remain ahead by a goal. Out in front it comes, and the Vulcans think they've scored. The net behind Vinny Amatucci, however, it's off Vasco. Vasco gets it back midway through the Penny power play. A lot of passing, no shooting. One-timer stopped by Amatucci. Well, there's a shot on goal for you. Alborg turned it over. Chance here, and a save made there by Sarakowski. Crouch from inside his own line, turned it over to Holtzman. Holtzman makes his move. Holtzman out in front, save made Sarakowski. This puck comes all the way back to center red for Vasco. Vasco interrupted by Holtzman. A little captain on captain. Vulcans 3 men strong. Nabel out in front. SVC with a double team. Shot from the circle right in on Amatucci. Come for Colmanier. Colmanier up to Tiernan. Tiernan in the final 2 of the second period. Fires on Amatucci. Amatucci, the save of the rebound, is still loose and fired off a body by one of the. Horton over the attacking line for SVC. Floats it on net, and it is covered by Adam Sarakowski. Side the line briefly by Kress. St. Vincent counterattacking. Costantino out in front, cleared aside by Zamborowski. Kushner over the attacking line. Kushner watching, going toward the net. That was intended for Shaw, and Shaw gets crunched with half a minute left in the period, and he's slow to get. Kept inside the zone by Amatucci. Louis Amatucci, right circle, cross ice. One-timer off the crossbar, and it's cleared. Oh, Kushner. Kept inside the zone by Amatucci. Louis Amatucci, right circle, cross ice. One-timer off the crossbar, and it's cleared. Oh, Kushner. And after 2, one more bridge to cross in this CHE Men's Division III Championship game. He's made 23 thus far today. 3-on-1 for St. Vincent. Shot on his counterpart, Sarakowski, and Adam Sarakowski denies Jake Holtzman, the St. Vincent captain. Played to center by Colmanier. Chance for Holtzman. Holtzman fires, and Sarakowski snatches it out of midair. Ticket to Championship Sunday the hard way. Chance now for Motil. Motil side of the net. One-timer! I'll take that, thank you very much, says Adam Sarakowski. Ticket to Championship Sunday the hard way. Chance now for Motil. Motil side of the net. One-timer! I'll take that, thank you very much, says Adam Sarakowski. Zamborowski near side for Tiernan. Tiernan propels it on net. Amatucci will cover. Being chased by Karpushka. Amatucci over the line. Amatucci lost it at the last second. This snapshot on Sarakowski is stopped. Taken by out wide of goal. Amatucci centering it, and that save is made by Sarakowski. Oh, Shaw just can't buy himself a goal on this shift. Center for Chase Evans. Evans settles it down in the left circle. Evans cross ice. That shot is blocked. Rendulic minding the gap. Coming on just now and slapping it toward goal is Manolakos. And Sarakowski's not going to take any chances. Up the boards it comes to Karpushka. Karpushka colliding with a teammate at center. That's Tiernan. Those two getting discombobulated zone and dump it inside Cal territory. Strange bounce there. Kushner in pursuit. Kushner has it. Kushner on his backhand over the bar. That save is made by Amatucci on the shot by Karpushka, and one of the Bearcats was knocked down at the whistle. Taken over by Radilla. Radilla to the corner for Motil. Motil out in front, one-timer, save made there by Sarakowski. On hold by Radilla. Radilla to the corner for Motil. Motil out in front, one-timer, save made there by Sarakowski. On Holtzman right in. To the point now for Rosado. Rosado to Shaw. Shaw left circle, out in front. Shot put wide by Kushner. Oh, he had Sarah. To the point now for Rosado. Rosado to Shaw. Shaw left circle, out in front. Shot put wide by Kushner. Oh, he had Sarah. Puck battle in the corner. One of the Vulcans appears to be shaken up, and finally we get a whistle with 5.5 left. Cal fans are up off a body. Amatucci guarding the near post, gloves that puck on the bounce as Colbanier goes down, perhaps trying to buy himself a call there. Off the face-off. It comes free to Coley. One-timer out in front. Amatucci got a piece of that. It's still loose after the follow-up save by Amatucci, and it's cleared aside by Rendola. Today's conquering hero playing this puck up to center for the Vulcans. Samborowski over the attacking line, near side Alborg. Alborg on Amatucci, the save made. He clears it immediately. Samborowski for Alborg. He's sandwiched. Chance the other way for Radilla. Penalty coming up. Holtzman is furious. Lucido from inside the line. Lucido off Amatucci. Save made. Rebound is still available and cleared off the glass by Rosado. Horton gets there and breaks his stick. Cal fans and Cal players wanted to call because stick. Oh, I think the Bearcats got away with that one at least. Nothing called with 15 left on the power play. Amatucci making that save. Holtzman fresh out of the penalty box. Holtzman turns around, shoots. That glove save made. The rebound still loose. And it's fired in! Pay the man, Shirley! Zach Holtzman fresh out of the penalty box. Holtzman turns around, shoots. That glove save made. The rebound still loose. And it's fired in! Pay the man, Shirley! Zach Red. Final score on Championship Sunday in CHE Men's Division 3. Bearcats 2, California PA Vulcans nothing. College Hockey East playoffs. It's a celebration, folks. Live it up. And you've been watching coverage on TenbandTV.
Tell me